Even though those things are important, the mistakes you must never make are often more important. Attraction isn't just about making the right moves, it's also about not making the wrong ones. This is where most men go wrong. They think that if they just try harder, be nicer, give more, and go out of their way to please her, they'll win her over. But some behaviors don't just kill attraction, they erase it completely. What's worse is that most men don't even realize they're making these mistakes. They keep wondering why she lost interest, pulled away, or started treating them differently. But by the time they figure it out, it's too late. Today, we're cutting through the noise. There are 5 things you should never do with a woman. If you want her to respect your desire and real love for her, you should stay away from these things at all costs. The first thing you should never do is look for approval from her. Needing approval all the time is a big attraction killer, and most guys don't even know they're doing it. Do you still like me? Are you mad at me over explaining yourself? I just wanted to make sure you didn't misunderstand me, asking for permission to be yourself. Is it okay if I say this? Fishing for compliments? Do you think I'm funny? Am I attractive to you at its core? Validation seeking is about the danger of emotional reactivity. Insecurity? It's about placing your sense of worth in her hands instead of standing firm in who you are. And here's the truth. Women don't want to be your emotional caretaker the moment she feels like she's responsible for making you feel good about yourself. The attraction starts to die. She wants a man who already knows his own worth, not someone waiting for her to tell him he's enough. So, how do you stop one? Detach from her reaction. Oh, if you say something funny. Don't look at her to see if she laughed. If you make a decision, don't second guess it. Based on her opinion, stand firm to give validation. Don't seek it. Oh, instead of needing her to confirm your worth, turn the tables. Observe her challenge, her compliment her in a way that shows you. See her depth, not just her beauty. Pretty 3. Remember that she likes people who are sure of themselves, not people who are needy. Oh, and confidence isn't about being cocky. It's about being sure of yourself whether she likes it or not. A man who doesn't seek validation is a man who commands respect, and a man who commands respect commands attraction. Thing 2, never put her on a pedestal. There's a dangerous belief that many men hold the idea that if they treat a woman like a queen, she'll treat them like a king. But in reality, the more you put a woman on a pedestal, the more she looks down on you. Most men don't realize this. But attraction is not built through worship, it's built through respect, and a woman cannot respect you if you act like she's above you. This doesn't mean you should treat her badly. It means you should treat her like a human, not a goddess, because here's the truth. She doesn't want to be worshipped. She wants to be challenged, intrigued, and engaged. She wants a man who stands beside her, not beneath her. So how do you stop putting her on a pedestal? One, don't overcompliment. Oh, if you constantly tell her how amazing she is, she will stop believing it. Women respond best to compliments that are earned. A man who puts a woman on a pedestal probably doesn't have anything else going for him. Get busy, set goals, and find your purpose. 3. Call her out if she does something disrespectful. If she acts like she's entitled, don't put up with it. A woman respects a man who sets boundaries and holds his ground. A woman doesn't fool for a man because he, avoiding neediness and clinginess, worships her. She fools for him because she feels something real when she's around him, and real attraction does not exist in fantasy thing. 3. Never let her control the relationship. A woman will test you. Not because she's manipulative, not because she's cruel, but because she needs to know who you really are. She will test your patience, your confidence, your ability to hold your ground, and if you fail, she will lose respect for you. The worst thing you can do as a man is let a woman dictate the direction of the relationship. This happens when you agree to everything she says to keep the peace. You let her make all the decisions because you're afraid of upsetting her. You apologize constantly, even when you've done nothing wrong. A woman doesn't want to lead. She wants to trust that you can. Leadership doesn't mean control, it means direction. A woman can trust a man who knows where he's going and stays on track. If you let her take charge, she will hate you for it. Never be afraid to walk away. Nothing turns a woman off faster than a man who is afraid to lose her. Men who don't want to lose a woman will give up things they value. In order to keep her around, they put up with disrespect and situations that wear them all down. This is the paradox. The woman knows that the man who keeps her the longest is the least afraid to lose her. He's with her because he wants to, not because he has to. A man who stays with someone because he wants to commands respect, and respect is the basis of all attraction. But when you're afraid of losing her, you give in too easily, you don't set limits, you put up with disrespect, and you put up with bad behavior because you don't want to upset the apple cart. By doing this, you show her something dangerous, that your worth depends on her presence. Women don't want to be your purpose. They want to know that you would be okay with or without them. That's why walking away is powerful. You're not proving something or playing games when you walk away. You're showing respect for yourself. When a man walks away, he's saying, I have standards and boundaries, and if they're not met, I'm gone. This is a powerful way to keep your self-respect and boundaries. A woman's mind, she knows that this guy is unusual. Most guys put up with bad behavior. Because they want to keep her, most men will do anything to change who they are and settle for less than they deserve. But a man who can walk away is a man with choices, and men with choices are naturally beautiful. What going away does to your mind. Women are naturally drawn to men who value themselves. If you can't leave a bad situation, it tells her that you either don't think you can do better or are emotionally dependent on her. These things don't make you attractive. In fact, they make her want to stay with you even more. When you walk away, she sees you as a man who isn't afraid to lose her, and she knows she has to do her best to keep you, because women don't want a man they can control. They want a man they have to earn. Dismissing your opinions, mocking your ambitions, constantly testing your patience the moment you tolerate it. You teach her that it's acceptable too when she plays mind games. Oh, if she's constantly hot and cold, if she's stringing you along, if she enjoys making you feel uncertain about where you stand. Walk. These are power plays. Not love 3 when she's no longer interested, or if she's pulling away, not engaging or treating you like an option match. Her energy and leave never beg for attention if she values you. She'll notice your absence. How to walk away with strength. 1. Don't announce it. Just do it a week. When try to make a scene or say things like, you'll regret this. Strong men, they simply disappear. 2. Don't make it about her. Make it about you. Or you're not walking away to punish her. You're walking away because you refuse to stay in a situation that doesn't serve you. 3. Never look back of the biggest mistake men make walking away, but then checking texting her or hoping she comes back. If you walk for good. Final truth, a man who can walk away is a man who chooses his own self-respect over temporary comfort, and that is the kind of man a woman never wants to lose. Thing 5, never be inconsistent with who you are. Women are drawn to certainty, not the kind that comes from arrogance, the power of honest communication, or fake confidence, but the kind that comes from a man who knows himself and doesn't change or adapt to fit someone else's needs. A woman will never respect a man who says one thing and does another, whose personality changes based on who he's with, and whose behavior is like a chameleon. This is because she wants something stable, something that doesn't break. Under pressure, a force that doesn't go away when pushed, a man who stays himself no matter where he is. The sad truth is that most men fail this test without even realizing it. They think they're being flexible or reading the room, so they change their humor, values, and opinions to avoid conflict and be liked. But what they don't realize is that every time they change to please someone else, they lose a little of who they are, and that's the fastest way to lose attraction. Women are crazy about stability in a partner, and not just financial or social stability. They want emotional and psychological stability as well. This is because, biologically speaking, a woman's survival, especially in ancient times, depended on choosing a man. She could trust a man who would stand firm in danger, who wouldn't crack under stress, who wouldn't say one thing and do another. So when a man is inconsistent, when his moods shift unpredictably, when his words don't match his actions, when he acts one way in public but differently in private, her instincts tell her he is unsafe. She may not even consciously realize it, but she'll start pulling away. She'll test him more. She'll feel less and less drawn to him. Not because he's a bad guy, but because he isn't solid. How inconsistency kills attraction. 1. It makes her question who you really are. Oh, if you're always changing, she can never trust that. What you're showing her is the real you. She'll start doubting your words, second, guessing your intentions, and ultimately, losing interest, too. It signals weakness, not adaptability. Oh, a strong man can change his mood without losing himself. He can be funny at a party, serious in a meeting, or comforting to a friend while still being the same person at his core. But a man who changes everything about himself depending on his surroundings looks weak, like he needs outside approval to function. 3. It makes her feel unsafe. Today you say you love deep conversations, but tomorrow you act like you don't care about anything serious. One minute you talk about commitment, the next you avoid the subject. If you act sure of yourself around your friends but nervous when you're with her, she won't know which version of you to trust. And a woman who doesn't trust you can never really want to be with you. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, philosopher, and leader, never changed his beliefs based on what other people thought. Bruce Lee, on the other hand, changed in battle but stayed true to his philosophy, discipline, and essence. Even today, the most attractive men are the ones who stand their ground in a way that says, "This is who I am. I will evolve and grow, but I will never betray myself." That's rare and powerful. How to stop change your mind 1. Define your values and stick to them. If you don't know what you stand for, you'll believe anything. Take the time to figure out what matters to you, and once you do, don't give up on those values just because something feels uncomfortable. You want to be the same man with everyone, whether it's your boss, your best friend, or a woman. Change how you act when you need to, but never change who you are. Someone who puts a woman down, lets her run the relationship, or isn't consistent with who he is and wants to be liked, loses respect, power, and eventually attraction. But someone who stands up for themselves, knows their worth, leads without fear, and never gives up their self-respect wins. That's the kind of man she remembers, values, and wants, because there are a lot of men who bend, break, and beg. So take a moment to ask yourself if you're that kind of man. You can be someone a woman can't help but respect, or you can be another guy looking for her approval. The choice is yours. If you found this useful, subscribe for more insights. I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong and smart.